Well, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Liz Lequeux. It's my honor to get a chance to be your host this evening and to share with you the details about our company and how you could make a difference out there and make a living at the same time. But first, a little bit about our company and our track record. Currently, we have over 300 millionaire club members to date. That's people that have earned over $1 million in personal income since starting with us. We have over 400 people that are earning a six-figure income annually, and 30,000 associates earning a passive residual income that have allowed them to retire early or pursue their passion, spend more time with their grandkids, write books, travel, and all that kind of stuff. And just in the last 8 years, our company's paid over $1 billion in commissions to the team and to the field. And so I'm excited that you're here to learn about our opportunity. And just so we can become friends tonight, this is my family of five. We love nature. We love getting in the family minivan and piling in and going on a road trip and be gone for weeks if we have if the kids are off from school and have the opportunity to spend the quality time together because both my husband David and I are able to now work from anywhere because of this business. As a mom, it's been a parent's dream because I love not having to worry. For example, today I got a call from the school saying, "Hey, today's a minimum day for parent teacher conferences. Did you forget to pick up your child?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I forgot today was a half day." And I just thought to myself, if I was still working at my old job, I come from a background in health and fitness. And, if you're with a client, you can't drop being with a client, personal training them, or teaching an aerobics class, or managing the health club with thousands of members and so much foot traffic coming in and out and being responsible for all that to go get your child who is waiting for you at school. And what I love about this business is I could just stop whatever I'm doing and I can just go get him and not have to worry because we get to work from anywhere. Well, I started this business originally because I had a lot of credit card debt. That credit card thing was not working out for me. I had said yes to a far too many stores that were offering like an extra 20% off today if you open a credit card with us. And those just ended up adding up to the tune of $40,000 total in credit card debt. And I was embarrassed then to say it, but now I don't feel bad because you know what? There's a lot of people in North America going through the same situation. But I want to be here to encourage you to tell you that you could pay that off and become completely debt free. And because of having the extra income from working with this company part time from home, I was able to pay off all the credit card debt and start saving and investing and buying our dream home. And so when the income grew past 200,000 a year, my husband decided to leave his corporate job and join me in the business. And since then, it's almost doubled in annual income because of the opportunity. It's also allowed me to get more involved in my church and in my ministry and serving on campus and getting a chance to, even for 1 year recently, was able to take an entire year and serve 30 hours a week at the church and take on a full-time role there. So that was the time of my life. And my husband is also enjoying his time now being fully home full time. He loves to ride his mountain bike, and this one is a gravel race that he did with his road bike. But this man loves to ride his bicycle 4 hours a day. I mean, I can't do cardio for more than 30 minutes a day. How this guy does 4 hours a day, it just amazes me. But before, when he was working his corporate job, he didn't have any time to do that besides be on the freeway an hour each way commuting. And it was a very stressful time with back pain and sciatic pain and all that. So he is just so happy. It's so happy to see him happy now, taking better care of his health. He's lost weight. It's just been such a blessing for all that. So I want to talk to you about our opportunity. And if you feel like I do, after the pandemic, I think that the world has forever changed. I really think that we are in a work from anywhere revolution where people today want more income to keep up with inflation. It was $12 for a dozen of eggs at Sprouts the other day. And for a gallon of milk, like $7. Things have gone up. And the cost of gas has increased, which is probably what's causing the groceries to go up. People are looking for a way to make more income, but also they want to have more time and freedom and flexibility and independence to be able to make their own schedule. Because we all got comfy after the pandemic, working from home in our pajama pants. And so people don't really want to go back into an office if they can have work-life balance by working from anywhere or working from home. And so my question to you is, doesn't it just make sense to have a backup plan? So my mentor asked me this question, and it was one of the best questions he could have asked me that changed the trajectory of my life. He said, Liz, are you working for the right kind of income? And I say, well, what do you mean? What kinds of income are there? I thought there was only one kind of income where you go to work and then you get paid. And as a personal trainer and a health club manager, that is how I got paid. I showed up, I got paid. If I didn't show up, I didn't get paid. And that's how 90% of the world earns income, called linear income, where you trade your time for money. But then the top 10% of income earners in the world earn income passively through leveraged and residual income. Leveraged income is when you're working with a team and you can have an unlimited income potential, like your real estate broker that has a team of agents and can make over $1 million a year because they have unlimited income potential through leveraged income. And then there's residual income as well, where every month you pay for your Netflix subscription or your Amazon subscription. Netflix and Amazon is earning a residual income from your subscription. Well, how would you like to be on their side of the subscription equation? And now every month that your customers are paying for their services, you're getting the residual income. And Brian Carruthers, who's the author of Building an Empire, says, whoever solves the biggest problems for the most people makes the most money in this world. And today we're going to talk about our company, how we're solving 3 major problems in North America. We're going to talk about our services, how we're helping individuals, families, and business owners. And then we're going to talk compensation and go over the income details on how you can earn all 3 types of income: leveraged, linear, residual, plus free trips too. Who likes to travel? I love to travel, and when it's free, it's even better. So let me just ask you a few questions to highlight and share with you how our services help people in the community. Have you ever received a traffic ticket? Maybe you thought it was an unfair traffic ticket. You were just keeping up with the traffic, but now you got to pay a $400 ticket. Or you thought about writing or revising your will and trust. Who here has ever lost a job and wanted to know your rights? Maybe you were treated unfairly and said, let me speak to your supervisor. Who here has ever been a victim of identity theft? It's out there. It's happening every day. Who here signed a contract that you didn't understand or you regretted later? Have you ever had an insurance claim denied that you thought was covered? Have you ever had questions regarding your credit score and how you can improve it? Maybe you bought a defective product and wondered what your rights were. Or you had your social media account hacked. All of these things are headaches and things that people deal with on a regular basis. And they don't normally think to call an attorney because as a society, attorneys are expensive and we have been programmed to not want to spend a lot of money or call an attorney on situations like this. But what if you can get help to resolve these matters and now not have to worry about the high hourly cost? I want to introduce to you our company, LegalShield. We've been in business since 1972, protecting and empowering millions of lives across the US and Canada. And our vision, if you'll stop what you're doing and just read our vision with me together, it's to build a better world where access to justice is equal for every human. And we've been featured in Forbes, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, Bloomberg, because of helping the community gain affordable access to legal help when they need it. It started when our founder was hit in this car accident, and the lady who hit him ended up suing him. Yes, I'll say it again. The lady whose fault it was. She hit him. She severely injured him in the hospital. And he's laying in his hospital bed and he gets served lawsuit papers because she decided to sue him before he could sue her. He wasn't even going to sue her because he's a forgiving man. He just wanted to get healthy and well and move on with his life. And now he had to come out of pocket thousands of dollars to hire an attorney to defend him in court. And even though he won that court case, he felt like he lost everything because he had to use his life savings and all of his income to pay for an attorney to represent him in that court case. So he goes, how could have I prevented this? You know, I had car insurance to cover the car. I had health insurance to cover my weeks in the hospital. But how come I didn't have legal insurance? Does it exist? If it does, I want to make sure I have it, my kids have it, so this never happens to us ever again. And that's when we were born. And since then, we've been helping millions of people across North America. This is our preferred family plan, where for one small monthly membership, a whole family can use the service. That's you, your spouse or significant other living in the same home, and all of your dependent children, your teenage drivers, your college students up to the age of 26, or your military children up to the age of 26 living overseas are covered and protected in case your family is ever sued. And also, you're protected for legal services listed here. To give you an example, I used this to get advice when we were moving out of an apartment into our home. And I was waiting for the security deposit to come, and when it didn't, I called the property management company and they said, let me look you up here. Looks like you're not getting your deposit back. And I said, oh, what happened? Did we damage the property? I'm so sorry. And they're like, no, it was great. You guys were great. No mess, no damage. And it looks like we did some routine carpet turnover and used it for that. And I said, what do you mean by routine carpet turnover? Does that mean that if even I wasn't living there, you were still going to put in new carpet? And they said, yeah, every 7 years we put in new carpet. I said, well, then why do I have to pay for that with my deposit? That didn't make sense to me. And nobody there could tell me the answer. I talked to that person's supervisor and that person's supervisor. Finally, I just said, forget it. I'm just going to call my law firm. And because I'm a LegalShield member, I could pick up my phone, I could tap this purple app here and request a consult with my attorney. I was able to choose a window of time when I spoke to my attorney, and my attorney told me what my legal rights were. I had a real estate attorney on the phone because we have different attorneys that specialize in the different areas of law. And they told me that if that property management company couldn't show proof of damage, that money belonged to me. And they even wrote a demand letter on my behalf with 80 attorneys' names at the top of the letterhead, a big $1 million firm that I was able to access as a LegalShield member, but I'm only paying about $1 a day. But I have this $1 million firm here writing this letter on my behalf. The property management company gets it. They freak out. They call me. They apologize. They overnight my check for my security deposit. They say, oh, we don't know how this happened. Oh, this was a mistake. You know, I wonder how many other people this has happened to who doesn't have an attorney. And I was able to get that security deposit back. Here's the thing. I had the legal right to that money. But until I had an attorney help me flex my legal muscle and enforce my legal right, I felt like I didn't have any rights. And how many people are out there facing situations like this where they can't get anywhere, they can't get resolved because they don't have an attorney? but now they don't have to worry about the cost because of LegalShield. We also review contracts on your behalf. We write letters like they did for me, and even a follow-up letter with this preferred plan. We'll do legal research up to an hour for each matter. We will prepare your will, your living will, and healthcare and financial power of attorney. We do have more robust plans with a living trust if you're interested in that. We represent you for traffic tickets, and if you're being sued like our founder was, we will go to court for you, included in the membership, 60 hours a year in this preferred legal plan. If you're audited by the IRS or need an attorney, if you're in an accident or in an emergency situation, you can call 24/7. How would you feel having your college student off at college being able to have access to call in an emergency situation an attorney if they're ever needing help? And that is the power of having a LegalShield membership. In addition, we're there to review your loan documents and even give you a notary that will meet you online face to face with your ID to notarize your documents. We provide family legal services as well for members who have been a member for more than 180 days, getting an uncontested divorce, separation, or even an adoption or name change included in the membership at no additional cost, and a prenuptial and a postnuptial. So let me ask you a question. How much would you charge me for all of these services if you were my law firm? Now, I have friends that are attorneys and they're like, OMG, if I had to do all these things for you and be on call for you and every member of your family, I mean, I would have to start at least $5,000 a month, family of five. And the beauty is we don't charge our members $5,000 a month. We don't charge $500 or even $50 a month. But for $37.95 a month, your whole family can have peace of mind and protection with the LegalShield membership. Now, the second service that you'll get to represent is ID Shield. And what I love is that when I tell anybody that I'm in the identity theft protection or restoration business, everybody wants my business card because it's happening to everybody. People are getting hacked right and left, and literally yesterday I got a notification that someone opened up a Capital One credit card in my name. And they were going to go have some fun. But because I am an ID Shield member, I got a notification. I said, no, this is not me. They assigned me to a licensed private investigator that found out what it was. And I was like, nope, not me. They shut it down. They closed all these other things. I mean, it was just wonderful to not have to spend the time, the energy, the money, or to worry because I have ID Shield. And you know, criminals don't want your money anymore. What is much more valuable is the unlimited spending that they can do with your identity. So let me explain to you that there's more than just your credit. In my situation, they were applying for a credit card. But in other situations, identity thieves can take your social security number and work a job in your name. And then you are liable for the taxes. And if you don't pay those taxes, the government wants their money and usually levies your bank account or your wages at your job. I've seen people who had their identity stolen and then they are using your health insurance. Why? Because it's cheaper for them to use yours than for them to pay for their own. And I've seen people get ready to retire and finally collect the Social Security that they've been building up to all these years to find that someone else had been living off their Social Security for the last 5 to 10 years and had depleted most of the funds. So in these situations, when you're a victim of identity theft, you feel like you're guilty until you're proven innocent. But when you're a member of ID Shield, you don't have to worry about that. You can call and you have a licensed private investigator fighting the battle for you. First, we monitor everything that matters. We monitor the dark web, which is how they were able to notify me right away that someone opened a Capital One card in my name. They monitor your social, your bank accounts, your credit cards, your driver's license, medical insurance, your email username and passwords, your passport number, even your gamer tags, and your crypto wallets and business licenses. We give you a virtual private network, so when you're logging into public Wi-Fi like Starbucks or hotels, you can feel good knowing no one's spying on your activity. We also do privacy management. I love this. I get a notification every month saying, hey, we found your information on 9 new data broker sites and we're going to remove them for you. So that reduces the spam calls, the spam emails, but the less information that's out there about you on the web, the better. And the safer and more protected that you are when it comes to identity theft. And we do that for you. We also help manage your reputation on social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, because we only have one identity and one reputation usually, their first impression, I should say. So let's make sure that that's clean. We can also notify you of sex offenders living within a 5-mile radius of the address that you type in here. So you literally just type it in. Maybe you're staying at an Airbnb or your child's going off somewhere. You can search within a 5-mile radius the sex offenders in that area, and it'll show you their picture, where they live, the exact address, the height, weight, description, and everything. It is so useful. And if you're ever a victim of identity theft, they will assign you to a licensed private investigator to take care of it for you. I mean, it was wonderful. Yesterday, I had such a busy day with the kids and all the sports and everything that was happening. The last thing I wanted on my plate was to have to deal with identity theft, and it was so nice to have a licensed private investigator take care of it for me. Also, if any other damage had happened that I would need to continue to recover my identity, we have a $3 million fraud protection plan that covers certain legal costs and expenses resulting from identity fraud related events. So for literally 60 cents a day, you could get protected, or your whole family for $1 a day, to have this peace of mind and protection. Now, how easy is it to share these services? It's as simple as saying, check out this website, right? Take a look at this. Who here can text somebody their website and a video that explains everything that I just went over? If you can text people or email people information, that's how I've earned close to $3 million now working in this business. And it has been fun. It has been just so powerful, helping people when I hear the stories of them calling me, thanking me for what we were able to do for them to save them the headache, the time, and get their money back for many things because a lawyer stepped in to help them with those things. In addition, we give all of our members perks. So every time my family goes to AMC or Regal Cinemas, we get 30% off our movie tickets because we're LegalShield members. When we travel, we get great discounts on car rentals and hotels. I literally looked up the 24-hour fitness membership right now. This month, you get free initiation fee because you're a LegalShield member. And the initiation fee there is usually like $100. So it's a great savings to have LegalShield and to be able to use the perks at all the thousands of retailers that want to support our cause and give our members great discounts. So let me ask you a question. Is this an idea worth sharing? All you need to do is help us spread the word and you get paid. So let me explain to you the 3 ways that you earn income. The first is you'll get paid between $80 at the associate level up to $416 at the executive director level each time someone signs up on your website. Well, what does it take to have a website and to get started? Basically, for a one-time $99 investment, we will buy you a domain name. We will set up your website for you. You don't need to figure that out. It's up and running within 24 hours of getting started. And you're in business. You can start making money right away. You get paid direct deposit within 48 hours of a customer signing up. If they pay by credit card, you get paid within 48 hours. If they pay by check, you get paid within 10 days. Still, I needed now money when I first got started, and this was such a blessing because I was $40,000 in credit card debt. So what did you think I did as soon as I started getting paid? When I was signing people up on my website, I went and bought a new pair of shoes because I was in the habit of spending. But really, seriously, I did. And then I learned that I should start paying off the credit card debt, which I did. And I'm grateful to say today I am debt free because of the extra income from this business. But then all of a sudden, I started making some significant extra income my first year, over $40,000. My second year, it grew to $100,000. And let me explain how that happened. So the second way we get paid is called leveraged income. This is passive income that comes in whether you're working or not. So obviously, I started making extra money. My friends were like, well, where are you getting this extra money to buy these shoes and go on these extra little weekend getaways and stuff? We work at the same job. I don't get it. And well, I've got this little part-time thing going on. And they're like, well, we want to do it too. So you could build a team and earn income on the memberships that they enroll. And after having 5 active teammates, I had about 4,000 a month in passive income coming in addition to what I was bringing in when people were signing up on my website. And then the second year, it grew to 25 active teammates, which grew to $100,000 a year in passive income. And that's how real estate brokers are able to earn over $1 million a year, like my friend and mentor Brian and Melissa Carruthers, who eclipsed over $2 million a year in annual income here at LegalShield because he decided to build a team. But really, he loves being able to empower others with this opportunity. Darnell and Tracy Self, pictured in the middle here, used to sell jeans at the mall. And in the last few years, they were named the #1 Entrepreneur of the Year by the National Black Chamber of Commerce for empowering people and giving them an equal opportunity to be able to build a massive fortune. Alex and Julia Shahid started this business when they were students in their dorm room. And by the time they graduated, they had a full-time passive income coming in from their LegalShield business. We also get paid a residual income, which means every month the customers pay for their subscription, you get a 10% commission every single month, beginning month 13 for the life of the customer being on the books. So I have friends, my friends Jerry and Sally, they've been traveling. They built a nice 6-figure residual income, and they have been like Europe, Asia, Switzerland. They've been everywhere. They have barely been home in the last 3 years because they have been traveling and seeing grandkids and writing books. Jerry just came out with a big novel, a sci-fi novel that he was writing, getting a chance to pursue his dreams. And that's what I've witnessed that people get to do when they have a passive income coming in. If you don't have to work for the money anymore and you have $10,000 a month in passive income coming in, what would you do with your time? After you go on a shopping spree and spend it all, but then it keeps coming back every month, what would you do with your time? Just think about it. And many people are able to find their real calling in life. Some have open ministries. My friend Kim Melia and her business partner Steve and Mike built a girls' orphanage in Guatemala with their LegalShield business income and the time freedom that they have from the residuals. I have friends that planted churches and started ministries. I have people that have gone into acting and are now, big Hollywood stars because they didn't have to be a starving artist. They were able to have income coming in from their LegalShield business, but now they're on big feature films and stuff. And it's really cool to get to see people living their dreams because they decided to build a better future for their family. After hearing about leverage and residual income, I couldn't walk away from paying more attention to that and doing everything that I could to secure my family's future by leaning into this as well. But the beauty is we have so much support here for you too. So when you get started, we give you training. There's ongoing training that's available for you to help you succeed in your business. And like I shared at the beginning, our proven track record is we have 300 millionaire club members, people that have earned over $1 million in their LegalShield business in their personal bank accounts. Not millionaire club members making $1 million for the company, but personal take-home income. We have over 400 people that are earning a six-figure income, much of that is passive, and 30,000 associates currently earning a residual income from customers they signed up years ago. And just in the last 8 years, we've paid $1 billion in commissions. Many of our team right now is in Guatemala on the mission trip. I wish I could be there. I was supposed to be there, but my daughter is performing in a musical play this weekend, so I didn't want to miss it. But our team likes to travel too. This is a picture of us in Puerto Vallarta a few years ago. So we invite you to come travel with us. And let me tell you the power of part-time, because a lot of people say, I don't know if I have time to do this. Well, the beauty is all you need to do is text and email people information. Can you do that? And if you just sign up one family a week, that's about 4 a month. You'll earn between $320 at the new associate level up to $2,000 at the executive director level, and you move up by, each month when you accumulate more customers, you move up to the higher commission levels. So this is what you'd make extra just signing up one customer a week. And if you teach a team of 25 people to do the same, your passive income is over $100,000 a year. Well, $120,000 a year. And that's exactly what happened to me building this business part-time until the point where I was making more part-time than I was full-time at my job. And I said, well, I would much rather work from home. I'd much rather be a full-time mom. So see you later, boss, right? I'm now my own boss. And it is the most empowering feeling. We give you free trips as well by being in what's called the Performance Club. If you enroll about 3 to 4 families a month, you'll earn bonuses of $200 to $500 a month and qualify for all expense paid trips. This summer, they took us to Riviera Maya. So here's some of the team hooting and hollering, having some fun together near the ocean. And then 2 months later, LegalShield took us to Spain, to Marbella, Spain. It was a beautiful trip. I'd always wanted to go. It was so romantic. A few years ago, they took us to Maui, Hawaii, and we ended up inviting our in-laws to come as well. And it was such a memorable time to have that time together in Hawaii. So what does it take to get started? Like I shared earlier, for a one-time investment of $99, you get to own your own business. This is not another job because you do not want another boss. You get to be your own boss here and start part-time, work from anywhere. The book of business that you build belongs to you, which means that it's willable to your family if something were to happen to you. It's willable 2 generations, so it goes to your children and then to your children's children. It's residual income for the lifetime of the members being on the books. And we give you a fast start training class, which is like a franchise school. It's a 3-hour class you could take in person or on Zoom. I personally love the in-person because I get to meet all the successful people in my area and make friends with other LegalShield associates. And we have ongoing weekly training with the team where we teach you where to find customers each week. You get a personal mentor, and you have an opportunity to take advantage of LegalShield Advantage Plus, which is a technology package. Pictured here is your upgraded website along with a customer relationship management app called Prospect, where you can manage all your prospects and send them videos and brochures and track their activity and get notifications when they're watching it. It is such a really cool tool. And by having the LegalShield Advantage technology package, you are eligible for the company trips and bonuses on the table. So I encourage you to start today. Become a member, protect your family with the services. If you own a business, protect your small business with the legal protection. They say that a lot of small business owners are just one lawsuit away from being completely out of business. We don't want that to be you. We also invite you to join the team, become an associate. You know, I know you're going to go tell somebody about these services after today. Hopefully, you won't let your own mother pay full price for an attorney after today, or I didn't do a good presentation. So you might as well get your website set up, get positioned to earn income, and add this business to your family's financial portfolio to help you build an early retirement and to start building your family's freedom. You know, timing is everything. The three major divisions of the insurance industry have already achieved billions in market share. Life insurance, car insurance, health insurance, all over $1 billion in market share. But legal insurance is next. We are sitting at about 4% market penetration, which means 96% of the people that you and I know do not already have LegalShield. But all of these people need to have their will or trust prepared. We all need our powers of attorney prepared. We occasionally get traffic tickets or need legal advice or to have somebody write a letter on our behalf. Friends might be going through a divorce, and instead of spending $10,000, they can have a LegalShield membership to help them get through those tough times. So it only takes 3 minutes to get started. Call the person who invited you to join us here tonight on this Zoom event, and I welcome you to become a member, an associate, get trained, paid, and promoted. I'm so grateful to have met you tonight. Thank you for spending the time with me. Have a great night, everybody. And if you like what you saw, tomorrow night we'll be right here. Same time, same Zoom link. Invite your friends back to come and hear about our opportunity from another top leader in the business. Have a great night, everybody, and God bless you.